Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. We are here tonight. Oh, is it broken now? We are here tonight with another stream. The stream is gonna be a lot of Artosis games, so just a few. Don't have too much time tonight, fortunately, but we'll make some fun games happen here, I hope. Most of them are from the Zookeeper, which is Artosis on US, if I'm correct on that one. And then I also have a game from him on Korea, but I think that needs to wait till next time because it just is... there's not enough time to get all of those in. I think it was a very long epic game, so I'm kind of looking forward to see maybe the first chat message from Artosis. We haven't seen any yet, and I've casted like 4 games from him. We haven't seen any of his rage yet, so I'm kind of looking forward maybe to get some of that. I'm hoping. I haven't watched the games, so yeah. Not sure how this is gonna work out. Oh yeah, there you go. But this guy drained of battery. That's what happened. Okay. One moment, we're about to start this one here. Just need to set this thing up and we'll be ready here. Here we go. And we can start our endeavor into the depths of Artosis ladder games. Alright, and we do start in the top right with ZGM GoGo. And in the bottom right, we do have the Zookeeper, aka Artosis. Artosis McDaniel. Now we're looking at a TVP here. Of course, Artosis being known for, well, being kind of unhappy with the matchup itself, as Protoss can just do so many shenanigans to the Terran. And we are looking at a potential Nexus first here from ZGM GoGo. And apparently it is the strongest build in the Protoss arsenal. Every Protoss should do this according to this man here in the bottom right. It's just so little counterplay, but in fact we're gonna see just a forward gate here. So this is gonna be to wall off against any early, I was about to say Hellions, Vulture harassment of course. Also gonna make this a little bit more difficult to scout. And then it's throwing down a barracks here, so we'll go into a 1 Rex expand most likely. He likes to play the macro game, so I'm not, and it's a 4-player map, so I'm not expecting a super early push. At least not on 1 base. Why would he? 2 facts would be the only push that's kind of possible. I mean, there are a few different ones, but not really against Protoss, I think, for 1 base Terran, so yeah. He will be going into a factory first though, so it's gonna be a factory expand it seems. I'm not sure, we'll have to wait and see how exactly he goes about this, but already grabbing the gas kind of signals that. A zealot pressure is coming here from our Protoss player. We don't see the cybernetic score yet, so he's really emphasizing on making early zealots before even grabbing his extra core here. And that's a lot of pressure. That's 2 zealots. He does not want to lose the probe, so he needs to be careful there. And that means the Dragoons are going to be very late. Range is going to be super late. But only 1 Marine so far. There's a nice position here for the Marine, so I can just go into that area with the depot and the barracks. The 1 Marine on the outside though is a little bit exposed. He's not actually helping here. And we do see the probe throwing down pylons, so this is a full all-in rush here from... It's not really all-in, but it's a full-on rush from our Protoss player here. He's gonna lose that first SCV. That's a nice snipe here from Mr. Go-Go. And Dan probably needs to pull one more. Needs to be a little bit careful here. You can throw down a bunker against this in your main base, like in this area for example. Then he can hit the pylon, he can defend partially his mineral line. Now I think, yeah, grabbing a few SCVs, trying to dance on top of Zealots would be nice. He's gonna lose another SCV here. He will lose a third SCV most likely. There we go, the probe does snag the kill. But in the end, the rush is over now. The issue is the Dragoon is coming over. You kind of need to lift. I feel like, oh, he's gonna kill this very fast. So yeah, he has 4 Marines. Gonna have a 5th one, a 6th one. And he will deplete this high ground vision. Now the Dragoon can't really go up the ramp. And hence this rush is defended. I feel like losing 3 SCVs. He lost 1 making. And 2 in the mineral line there, if I'm correct. It's not that terrible for Artosis. But our Protoss player sure is gonna be quite happy with what he was able to achieve. Now Artosis is gonna counter push. He does throw up a bunker. I like this decision here, trying to cheese his way into some extra kills for himself. Yeah, he's gonna have to cancel the bunker though, unfortunately, but Vultures can kill probes insanely fast. Oh, he still has his SCV, so he could potentially come from the back line, draw some fire, throw down another... He's gonna draw that Dragoon up. And now he's gonna hit in the front. There's only 1 goon. That's not gonna be if the second goon pops just in time. His shield battery is gonna finish up here momentarily. And he can heal up those goons. He's gonna do so. But shields are not... I mean, it's not gonna last that long. It's definitely gonna buy him a lot of time here. He's gonna lose a couple probes though. And yeah. I mean, we also do lose a couple SCVs again in this rush. But in the end... Oh man, Marines are so tanky against goons. It's crazy. In the end, I feel like the Protoss defense is gonna be okay with this. Now, Artosis needs to be a little bit careful that he does not kind of overextends and exposes himself too much. This Vulture is a nice addition here, but yeah, tank is gonna be needed. I like the bunker. I like the extra Marine he made to fill in, put in the bunker, so you don't really know how many are gonna be in there, and it just deters these goons. He does even have a 2nd Marine here, just for safety, and he's gonna bring him to the front. Maybe, yeah, he's gonna fire from the high ground here. Should definitely stand on the ramp. Is a perfect position for the Marine. Not too much damage by the goons. 1 goon did get caught here. I feel like this run-in was definitely not worth it for the Protoss player. Now we do have the tank to micro against the goons. He could even shoot from the high ground because the goons were in a bad position there. And he's starting to lay some mines around the entrance and the 3rd base here. Or the potential 3rd base. One of the potential 3rds. And as a Protoss player, you kind of want to start to move out a little bit on the map. You want to take the 3rd base rather soonish. It kind of needs the observatory for that, of course, but he was stacking a lot of money there for a moment. And Dan is going up to the 2nd factory. And the engineer base. Already researching siege mode here. So we did get mines. Did he get speed already for the Vultures? I didn't catch it. Of course he has the mines. Now if he could kill these Dragoons, it would be amazing. He did lose both of the Marines, which is a little bit unfortunate. I think this is still slow, yeah. So he did get mines and then siege now, and then he's gonna get eventually speed, right? There's the armory, the first armory here for that +1 research. Now a little bit, I feel like a little bit wasteful with the Marines also pushing out, trying to grab the goons. Now he kind of feels like he has to remake another Marine to fill up that bunker, right? While I like the decision of him trying to keep that in there, I don't like the fact that he sacrificed, like, he had to mate 1 more, but shouldn't be that big of a deal. It's only 50 minerals. He does get another mine up here at a potential 3rd location, so all of the locations are now defended, and we do see speed in the making here. Now, push coming in here, but we do have 3 tanks already set up, a 4th tank just joined here, and there's a couple of vultures even with mines stacked up and ready. Now, zealot bombing trying to come in here, drop on top of the tanks. Oh, that was a little bit of a missed drop there on the first one, so he does not connect with the AoE there. He's trying to come in, he does break the tanks. Oh my god, that was very easy here for a break on the tanks, but the bunker is still holding on. The SCVs are coming for the repair, and the bunker does eventually fall down, but it drew so much fire, there was only 1 marine inside. So in the end, really good defense here, I feel like, from Artosis. Is kind of holding this as good as possible, and he does kill so many goons. He does get another goon here, and he will indeed, I'm pretty sure this one's gonna bug out. Oh, come on! You can't, you're kidding me. One is gonna get out? No way. Now this does reset the army for both players, but look at the worker count, 53 against 40. Protoss is playing this ultra aggressive, he's making mostly units, he's not really constantly producing probes. We see this Nexus idle as well, this Nexus just has 1 probe in production, and Reavers are on the way. But in the end, I mean, as an actual real good Protoss player, you want to be sitting at like 60 workers already at this point with a 3rd base up and running. Now, Mr. Gogo apparently is not in that spot yet, and we do see Artosis just adding 4 additional factories here, going up to 6 excuse me. Going up to 6 fact here. Alright, let's check out the progress. So we are about halfway done with that first upgrade, and that should spell the marking point of we need to push out a little bit, we need to get a 3rd base. And there's already the command center. He's aiming for that top location, it seems like. There's a Reaver coming in though. Oh, he could bust this. He could bust this structure. He does not realize this. He's gonna come back though, and he will indeed go for the turret. Alright. It's a good turret here. Definitely bought a lot of time. And finally, the Reaver is starting to shoot what is around him. Delaying that command center is quite nice here. That was a little bit late on the pickup. We do see an observer being picked off here by a random missile turret, and this Reaver now is basically dead. He does get another shot out. Is it gonna dot? Yeah, looks like. Oh, he get. Oh man, Dan. Do you guys see the guy in the thing spinning? He's like a space marine, but he has like a white or silver armor. He's in full spinning mode. It's crazy. And we need a few tanks sieged up here on the high ground. And then, I mean, Dan does not see these. Oh, he sees these actually. So he sees a couple, he doesn't know that it's 8. And Mr. Gogo is just bombing in units here. But he's not really getting an advantage from this. Oh my god, the units get like leashed into the army here. A lot of Goliaths. The tanks fully focus firing on those Dragoons. And the army from the Protoss. Oh wow, that was a super wasteful attack. Big mistake here by our Protoss player. Is that you? I have no idea. So apparently he's asking if it's someone he knows, but we do not see an answer. Dan is pushing out with a few SCVs here and a few units. He's starting to gain control here of this forward area, and he will push up into this 3rd base and grab that for himself with the command center floating out. Now Protoss is playing a little bit of defense right now. He doesn't have a lot of money, but he's actually not producing that many units. He's doing another round of zealots here. Are we already... Is he properly researching zealot legs? There we go. Is it actually uncommonly often, well, unusually often forgotten. Really, really kind of strange to see a lot of times, but it is most of the times forgotten in the later games for Protoss players. Now, he can reach those probes, but in the end, slow zealots are gonna be here for the defense as well. Just they did get a few probe kills, so it was nice, but not Nothing too impactful here. It does get a scout there. He sees the saturation. He's like, all right, man, we're about even, right? Your third is looking like that. Okay. Setting up a few depots, a little bit of blocking here, missile turrets, like this move here from Artosis. It's definitely gonna solidify that position, and we do see more and more, oh yeah, vultures in production. That's how you keep your money low. You just queue up 5 behind 1. I'm looking for the second armory here. This is not getting an upgrade right now. I feel like Dan is making a little bit of a mistake here, not going for the extra upgrades currently. Definitely a timing mistake here by him. We do see the starport. Finally, that extra tech he needs to go into those additional upgrades. But he could already research his +1 armor. Well, that SCV is a little bit... Well, he does poke out the top left, so in the end, Mr. Gogo is not really having a good time in securing a 4th base so far. Artosis also has something in the bottom left here, a vulture standing guard there and trying to look for any probes that trying to come over and make a nexus. Now, our Protoss player is peaking so much in money right now. He needs to do something with the money. And he really wants to buy, like, at this point he wants to buy 2 Nexi because it's been so delayed. We do see a scan here from Artosis, double scan even. Wow, look at that. 5 observers. All queued up here. +1, that's the only additional tech coming in here right now from our Protoss player. So there's no storm even. There's no arbiters. There's no carriers. There's nothing really interesting coming in. It's a full Gatewayman with zealot bombs from those shuttles, from the speed shuttles. Now coming on with the shuttles here into the bottom area, but we do see Goliaths in the 2nd rank there. Oh, that was a great mine though for our Protoss player. In the end, I mean the drag was great, but in the end this army is gonna fall and Artosis' army is gonna stand strong. This was also before +1 did finish up, so there's a few more on the tail end. I feel like a little bit of an inter-timing. I mean, it's finishing now after the fight, right? Why would you move in already? So yeah, definitely a big mistake here. Not that the units really did connect well, but it feels like our red army is not really getting a dent in here, just losing a bunch of units here. And we do see still this probe just with 1 pylon over here. That's not how this works. You need to set up this nexus. Now let's check if we can finally find another structure that would be used for tech, but it is indeed not common. There's nothing behind this, so no transition point in sight here for our Protoss player. We do see the armory finally spinning with that armor upgrade, and the second one is done, but he still needs to start the +2, and there we go. He's fixing that up right now. But the 4th, look at this, he's already looking for a 5th base. It's like, where's your 5th? He doesn't have everything in the top mind, the top left. So all of these areas he would see, he has vision there. And he's checking the bottom left with 1 vulture constantly to see if there's gonna be stuff coming, like a nexus coming, a probe coming. I like the observer speed, that's definitely a cool addition here. I always hate it when Protoss do skimp on the observer speed and they just move so slow and then they just lose them all because it's so clunky. The speed definitely feels like a way more responsive unit. Now the top left is gonna get cleared here. We do see a few vultures which are also gonna be picked off. And Artosis is still biding his time, still waiting on those upgrades. Definitely missing the timing there on those is gonna be a little bit painful in his attack, which is gonna follow very soon. And he will just grab a 4th base. He should say, alright, I kind of messed up my +2 timing attack, 2-1 timing attack, so let's just do this with 1-1 and grab a 4th base, because, well, we're just gonna secure the map for ourselves here. He does have a bunch of vultures here, starting to move out, starting to lay a lot more mines. He does have a vulture drop coming in now that could go into the main base. We see just a group of zealots that did spawn, so the timing is perfect here. There's nothing inside the main, nothing that's about to pop as well, so pretty good timing here on that vulture drop. And probes are being pulled immediately here. We do see finally the Templar archives in the top right, but we have yet to see a big bunch of High Templars. I'm not even sure if Storm is already researched. Now this is a huge minefield. I'm not sure if this can be cleared here. A lot of vultures completely running into the army of the Terrans sieged up. That's not how you're gonna win a PvT here. I'm very sorry, Mr. Gogo. And he's starting to lose so many of his units. This is like a Lasura. For some reason, he's just forcing himself into this. And he's just losing the whole army. Look at this. It's like he has no time. No time to waste, no time to play. And Artosis catches on siege. I mean, they didn't even get any action, these guys. They didn't fire. They didn't have to shoot. That's how bad this engage was for the pros player. This guy, yeah, look at that. This guy has 8 kills, 7-1, 16 kills. 16 kill on attack. My god. That was a disgusting end to this game. Alright. But Artosis did win. So we can mark down a win. Well done, Dan. Well done. GG. Now we're gonna go into a TVZ. And here we go. In the bottom right, we have the amazing Zerg player with an even more amazing name: 234234123213113. And in the bottom left, it is the Zookeeper, aka Artosis. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. He's playing in yellow, and we're just gonna call Mr. 234. I'm gonna call him, I don't know, Zerg. Okay, so as a plan. We've seen a lot of 2-base mute openings, but I'm kind of holding my breath for a lurk all in. Oh, USA, Canada. Wow. Wow. Of course, this does eat into the ping. Latency is an issue. Artosis is building the supply depot up in his main, so there's not going to be a wall entrance. And the barracks is going to be forward, closer to the ramp, of course, so it can reinforce easily, or more easy. And I wonder always if there's, like, sometimes there's something to the depot positions, right, where you can make it to the command center, so your SCVs will spawn more inside of this area, or you can straighten up a path from a miner. Sometimes you can straighten out a path for gas miners, so this does not seem to fulfill any extra purpose, but you never know. Zerg, of course, already going ahead to grab that expand, but he did go into a pool first. So it's going to be a nice scout here for Artosis. Gonna find his opponent first, and he will indeed identify this early pool. No gas, though. He could steal the gas. I don't think he'll ever do that, but... I mean, there's like 4 links on the way, right? Why would you ever steal a gas? Because it's gonna be attacked immediately. No, he does see the links pop, and they will immediately charge over. Now, 3rd hatchery already coming in here, so very early 3-hatch build. This could actually be a no to meter play. Now, there's gonna be SCVs and Marines on the ramp, so everything should be fine here for Mr. Dan. Yeah, he really wants to defend this and throw down the command center on the low ground, I guess, but as I said it already, he's moving out and he's just gonna make it on the high ground. I feel like that's a good choice. It's gonna keep him very safe. We do see a Zerg player here with 3 hatcheries coming out now. finally going into that gas, and then we'll have to wait and see what's gonna be, if it's gonna be a early Hydralisk then, or if this is gonna be a mutaplane nonetheless. Definitely, if this SCV is just kept alive, that would be amazing if you could scout what's gonna come here. But you can always fake this. It's not like it's impossible to fake. And he just lost the SCV there. Oh, I got a little bit ahead of myself. Now he lost the SCV. We just did the lair here on the north side, so this was not scouted. The actual timing of the lair is not seen. And yeah, this could be a 3-base or 3-hatch mutaplay. Kind of still expecting Lurkers there, but yeah. I have to wait and see. Already a sunken done here, so defense is possible. Now this SCV should get a good scout on that. If he goes close enough, he should see the lair. He's not going to go closer though. He's going to wait for now. Not going to peek in yet. And we do see indeed the Hydra Den and the Evo Chamber, so immediately going into that upgrade. And he does scout the lair. He's trying to come in, but he does get kind of stuck on the sunken colony, and in the end he does lose the SCV before getting any further. And he still needs to know if this is going to be Lurker. Well, you kind of need to get that. You need to get the comp stats a little bit earlier. He does have a... Oh, okay, he's playing this early engineering bay +1 into the academy and into the second barracks. Alright, I've seen this bit before. From a pro gamer, actually, not from Artosis, but you could argue this guy's a pro, right? Because he's like... I mean, he's playing... It's his profession, right? Now this will line up nicely with range. He's gonna click range now very soon once he hits 150 gas. Do it. Next you get range, bro. There's the money. Just needs to be clicked. Not there yet. Did just throw down a scan. We didn't check where it actually went to. Still not starting this. Does have a scan over here right now. Sees the Queen's Nest, okay. Trying to rush up to the fight as it seems on 2 bases here. And we do see extra barracks coming down here. No turrets yet, so he does kind of know that this is not Mutus. There should be already turrets up. Now finally range is starting here. Definitely a little bit too late. Not on point there, unfortunately. Should still be enough though. I mean, this build does provide a big power spike once those upgrades are done. But it will still be tough to break a Lurker defense, because Lurker defenses are just strong in general. Now, if Dan can get the perfect engage, well then he's gonna be very happy. If he could even snipe the 3rd base, something like that. But if Zerg plays on point and just throws down a few Hydras in the front and morphs them to Lurker X, well, that could also be a big move. It all comes down to engagement. I love this. Bad. Now he has a tank. Look at those Marines missing. It's crazy. The tank is doing like 20 damage with 1 shot. Oh. Alright, sorry for that. So Dan did make a Wraith. I really like this. It's like the pulled Viking. He's using this to clear Overlords. And he already got one. Unfortunately, he does not get that many more. He does get the second one, but that's gonna be about it. Unless he rotates to the north here and kills these kind of out in the open Overlords. Now this push is gonna be quite fierce. There's not that many units, and we do see an early investment into Queens. Out of any unit, it's Queens. It's not gonna be Defiler Nest or Defiler Mound. It's gonna be Queens, but Broodlings are not here yet. He still needs like 15 more seconds. The tanks are already shooting at him. Oh, and he's actually gonna use an ensnare, so he does not have the Broodling here. He's gonna lose that extra queen. Tanks are gonna be still fine. They don't care much about the ensnare. The Marines are still gonna be okay. And in the end, this army, as I said, it comes down to engage. If he can break these two locusts, then it's gonna be it. It's gonna be his. These locusts are proving to be quite powerful. The tank, unfortunately, does not get the shot on the locust. There he goes. Targets the perfect one, the healthy one there, and does indeed win the fight. But this army is so flimsy at this point. It's 1 tank, 2 marines, and 3 medics. That's a weird combination. But the reinforcements, that's what it's about. And if he can hold the position and get there in time with these units, then he will potentially just break the Zerg open, and everything is gonna fall apart here. Tank is shelling at the links. We do see the reinforcements coming in perfect time here. And the links were just ready to pounce, but so was Artosis. We do see one more queen. It does have energy for a ensnare. It's gonna throw down the ensnare here. It will hit most of the marines. This is gonna slow their attack speed as well, but they are still quite powerful indeed. And that 1 tank anchoring this position. Look at this, 11 kills already. Yeah, Artosis, I think he has the camel's back should be broken. He does keep the tank alive. He does have a vessel here even. He does have an irradiate up and running if he wants to. Maybe he's gonna wait for a defense matrix, because that could actually boost his army a little bit more than an irradiate on one thing. I mean, what are you gonna irradiate anyways, right? And Artosis is gonna try to bring in another group of marines here. He's gonna lose the tank. Oh no! He's gotta dematrix the tank. There we go. And GG's gonna be called here. What a move! What a move. Styling with that defense matrix. Lovely. That was great. Really cool push. And yeah, well done by Artosis. Now this is gonna be interesting. This game. It's been on Metropolis. And we do see in the top right. Oh damn. Ah, okay. The K launcher KR for the Zookeeper Yosungmo 1 from Canada. Now we see our Protoss players at 500 APM managing his workers. It's quite the peak here. Could be an interestingly high level Protoss player. It's gonna throw down a forward pylon. We've seen this being used for a gateway wall in the earlier game. And Artosis is making a supply depot down here to block off the minerals. That's not gonna help him defend against any zealot rushes. It's not gonna make him a position that's gonna be kind of unbreakable, untouchable for the zealot. And there we see the gateway. There should be a position in between the command center and the barracks though, like here. You can move the marine, but if you have like a double depot here, there's basically literally an untouchable point. Now, Protoss player is already scouting here for Dan, and Dan is gonna move out as well. If Dan goes to cross scout, well, it's not gonna happen, it seems like. Let's see if he does turn the SCV after seeing this probe. Could just go cross now. Because you know the Protoss does scout earlier than you. He's still gonna go for that same location. Now, Protoss player kind of knows, oh, this is gonna be the spot. Because Terran likes to scout as late as possible. And let's see how he's gonna do here. That's fine. Dan is gonna queue up double Marine here immediately. We do see the double Zealot production here. And skipping the cybernetic score for a tiny bit. To get that second Zealot out first. So it's gonna be that Zealot, same Zealot rush again here. And it comes down to execution now. If Artosis can scout this, of course, well then, if he sees like the Zealot or sees the timing of the cybernetic score, he will know. Then he can adjust. He should see the Zealot pop. I hope he actually looked at it. And oh, he's bringing out a second SCV. He's trying to make a bunker on the low ground. He does have the Marine forward. This is gonna be a little bit tough here. He's not gonna be able to hold this position. Oh. Yep. And he says GG. Did he lose his scouting SCV? Did he lose his scouting SCV or what? No, it's here. He made an engineering bay block. I'm not sure, but he said just bye-bye. And that's it. He saw the Zealot move in and then he just didn't want anymore. Alright, I don't have enough time anymore, unfortunately, to do any more games here. But thank you anyways for watching today, even though it was a very short stream. Hope you guys enjoyed. You're gonna see us, each other again soon. I already have a couple more games set up here for Dan Artosis, but I need to wait for the occasion to cast those games. And unfortunately it's not gonna be today. Thank you everybody for tuning in. See you next time. Peace.